A lot of people gonna tell you right away, you can't make it, you're too small, you're too this, you're too that. And that's when you have to like put your cape and just go for it. So much stuff has been taken from me that I've never looked forward to things. I was always like through the moment, like I'm living this right now. When they sent me to the G League, I wanted them to know that I shouldn't be here. I wanted to kill anybody that I was playing against. The only reason why we got on this elevator is because we got the picture of the main guy right here, you know? From where I'm from, there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of crimes, there's a lot of gang and all that. So like, you know, I grew up in there trying to find my way to prosperity without having to do anything crazy. When I realized that basketball was something for me is when I would start to get in trouble for it. Like my mom would be like, come home at 9 and I'd stay here the whole night. That used to get her mad, saying I wasn't listening. My mom was dating somebody that I didn't like, and we had a lot of issues for a long time. She said the best decision was for me to leave. From like 16 to 18, I'm homeless, I'm going to a friend's house or whatever. Basically, I had to, you know, find my own way and trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. I started realizing that basketball was really something I wanted to do when I wake up and was like, oh, let me go shoot, or let me, you know, call my friends, let's go play basketball. What's up, bro?
What up, man?
Man, long time no see, man. Jeez. I went to Alma prep school. I met guys like Ibrahim and guys that are really like basketball. It's been their life, and I started realizing that it was really something I wanted to do.
I met Chris when I first got to Alma. I got there, and I think one of the first things he told me was he was gonna dunk on me.
You think he can outshoot me now?
I've been out shooting you before. You're a shooter, you're a natural shooter. I'm not a natural shooter.
I think when you grew up the way he grew up, as far as like having people take things away from you or just being in the streets, or just, you learn not to trust a lot of people.
Well, Ibrahim and Igor, they became our family. That's who I related to. I was, you know, literally with them every day.
He grew a lot at the academy just because it was the first time that he had a stable situation. I always trying to remind him that, you know, even though things are not going as well as you wanted to go, like nothing in your life was easy. So, you know, you should be comfortable in that situation and just keep fighting through it.
The first two colleges that I played were like junior college. So it's not NCAA, it's like kind of like if you don't have the grades, you gotta go junior college to get your grades up so you can actually be able to go there. School start calling, I started getting letters, Texas Tech, TCU. I had like a whole box. I think that was the first time that I realized that I had a chance to make it. I decided to sign in Oregon. I had a great year, we went to Elite 8. After that year, Sports Illustrated contacted me and then I was shook. My senior year, we had a great year too, but then we went to the Pac-12 and that's when I got hurt, semifinal. Kind of felt it, but on adrenaline, you kind of not feeling it very much. So I played the whole game. I went to put a knee brace, played the whole game on a torn ACL, didn't even know. It was hard, like for a minute I was like, I couldn't play, I had to rehab. I watched all my friends get drafted and like all my teammates get drafted and I went undrafted.
With the injuries, it was definitely a tough time to get through as far as like trying to motivate him to, stay positive.
I didn't get drafted, but Golden State gave me a two-way. A two-way is you play for the G League and you play for the NBA team. That was one of my hardest years just because I felt like, well, in college I was one of the best players and all that. How come I'm only playing 10 minutes a game, whatever? And I was so mad at the coaches, I was so mad at what was going on that I wasn't focusing on basketball as much. I wasn't working as hard. It actually got me waived. I got waived because I wasn't serious that much. When you're in the NBA, there's only a certain amount of guys that make it and you gotta stay professional all the time, and I didn't get that my first year. And I think that's what my first year actually helped me for my second year. In the second year, I was playing with the Raptors 905. I just wanted to play hard for them to realize that I deserve a contract.
Boucher working it all the way
Boucher, point center, no problem.
They told me every time, like, Fred was there before. Pascal, DeLon, Norman, they were all in the G League before. Look where they are now. And every time I heard that, I was like, well, I'm trying to do the same thing. And when they sent me over there, I was like, well, if that's my only way for me to make it, then might as well just go 100%, and then you'll get to where you're supposed to be.
Howard to Boucher! C'est le Boucher!
Every time I was going to the G League, whoever I had to play against, I have to show that I'm not supposed to be here. Doesn't matter who you are. And I made sure that I did that every time. So when they sent me to the G League, it's like, what are you doing that here again? You know, I wanted people to realize that I should be in the league.
Oh, Chris Boucher get up.
I was going for it every time. Like, every time I was stepping in there, I was like, I'm the best player in this league. I only played 28 games because I kept getting called up for the Raptors. I didn't know how many games you needed to win the MVP. And then Coach Jammer actually called me, and he was like, you know, in 2 hours, you're going to announce who wins the MVP and the defensive player, and you won both of them. Everybody was like, yo, congratulations, the first guy to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And it really, like, opened up my eyes on, like, the future and what possibility that I had to do, because everything changed. I went from a 10-minute guy in the G League to MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, and then after that, I won a championship. So all that is literally for me to sit back and look back and, like, oh, you went from this to this to that. I was hurt like 2 years ago, so, you know, it felt good for sure.
We ain't missing today.
When I think about the G League, you know, the only reason why, like, I'm really grateful is because I've seen what it did for other players and for myself. And to be honest, like, I don't think I would have been any closer to where I am now without the G League, because it actually gave me a place where I could show where I was capable of doing while getting better.
That's that James Harden stuff.
What I say to kids all the time is, like, they say you can't fly, then try to fly. Because, like, for a minute, I didn't think I was going to get here. Even till today, like, I'm here, and I still sometimes think, like, what am I doing?
Should be a good reminder, but I ain't missing.
Yeah, for the future, like I said, I want to be known as an NBA player, not just a guy that just got lucky to get there.
Nice shot right here. Yep.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of confidence and an opportunity, and you can get wherever you want to be.